Welcome back. Episode 40? Is that correct? Is that what you told me?
Are we recording? Did you hit the button?
Yeah. I hit it like 5 minutes ago. I actually did.
Okay.
So all this that you've been jabbering about, and stuff, it's out there. If I could put like the first 5 minutes of our recordings out there, they'd be like, wow.
Blooper reel
I don't know if it's bloopers or...
Blooper reel.
I don't know who gripes more, me or you, during that first few minutes.
I'd have to say me.
Hey, I've got something that I want to play for you. So I know you don't like putting on these headset things right here, but you're going to have to listen to it.
I'm not putting them on.
You're going to have to.
I'm not putting them on.
Well, look, let me read what this is going to be about, and then I'll play it.
I'm not putting them on.
So you don't have to put them right now.
I'm not putting them on.
All right, this is about identical twin sisters. They go viral for speaking in sync while sharing their mother's scary carjacking experience. Have you seen this on TikTok or anything?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because that's like come across like, is it called a feed on TikTok?
My TikTok is stupid.
All right. Australian. All right then.
Nothing good comes
Stupid
across.
TikTok. Whatever. You're on it all the time.
Yeah,
So you like watching
nails.
stupid stuff? Really?
I don't get any of the good stuff.
Look,
my algorithm is what I do.
When you do a
Nails.
live and I get on TikTok and I get on there just to support you for just a few minutes, man, that messes up the algorithm for me. Like, I don't care about nails. It'll flip like every sixth
Stop
thing.
getting on it with that other podcast and get on it with this
I
one.
know. All right, so Australian identical twins Bridget and Paula Power spoke with 7 News Queensland about how their mother was caught in an armed carjacking in Queensland, Australia on Monday, April 21st. The thing about it is, during their on-camera interview, they spoke in sync, finishing one another's sentences and answering the interviewer's questions with the same words. They were also the subject of a 2016 Good Morning Britain segment in which Piers Morgan laughed at their synchronized answers. Do you know Piers Morgan?
Yes.
I listen to I've got his podcast that I listen to. It's on favorites. I just recently started listening to it. But I've gotten to where I can't hardly listen to it because the people he has on there argue and they talk over themselves and he doesn't do anything. He waits a minute or two while they're... Sorry, put my hands down. He'll do it for a minute or two and then all of a sudden he says, hold on. And they just keep saying, they keep talking. And it just gets so aggravating. Hold on. Was that loud?
That was loud.
All right, do you want to hear what I...
Go.
Well, I'm going to... All right. It'll be just a minute. Let me find which button it is right here. Just give it a second. About 3 seconds. It'll start.
And we heard this big bang. We said, oh no, another car accident. So we drop everything and we went running out the front. We seen Mum running out from the house up there. And then the other cars were pulling up and checking to see if the person was okay. And one guy, he was up there with our mum, and he went up there and he was coming back down towards us, and he goes, run, he's got a gun. And our heart started to pound, and I said, oh Mum, where's Mum?
It sounds like one of the sisters is the lead sister and the other one's trying to catch up and finish the sentence.
It sounds like the recording is just on top of each other.
And he goes,
It's
I'll
echoey.
shoot you. She goes, hey, I'm here to help.
And Mum distracting him to make him look the other way, and he looked the other way, and Mum ran
into the bush behind the fence.
The bush?
And the guy goes to her, I'll find you and I'll shoot you. All I was thinking about when we were running, I hope he doesn't fire. Yeah, we were so blessed.
How close to him do you think you were?
Well, see, he was up there and we were past our
So maybe 100 metres.
Yeah.
It's almost over.
All
Trust
of that at the
I
time.
don't
No, you just
It gets
run over
aggravating, does it not?
safety.
Because I think it's staged.
So it does sound like one
Staged.
sister's like, I'm watching you talk and then I'm going to try. So you say something and I'll...
So you're going
So
to
you're
try
going
to
to try and guess
what I'm saying,
and
and then you're
gonna
just going to talk
gonna
right
talk
over
right
me.
over me.
They staged
They
it.
staged it.
See?
See?
Not hard,
Not hard at all.
It's like you
It's
know me
like
or
you know
something.
me or something.
You're saying it right behind me.
That's what she's doing, right? Now, some of it, but The thing is like, if me and you are talking,
We're going to get flat because we're making fun of that.
well, it's interesting, but the more you listen to it, it's like, if me and you are talking about something, I need to fix this mic because it's like crazy. If we're talking about something and we're being interviewed, be like, I'm going to let you talk, and then I might cut in because you left something out or whatever like that. But
I'm the Budinsky.
But yeah, you are. You exactly are. Well, my point being, well, you said it and I just agreed with it. But the point being is, whoever it is, you're not going to keep talking over one another. Let one person tell the story. Apparently, both of y'all know it. You know what really needs to happen? Let Mom tell the story. Because Mom got carjacked.
Where is she?
I don't know. They didn't case the guy. I do know that. But
So, you didn't
they have
finish
some
it?
kind of Pelican refugee something over in Australia. That's what they're known for or whatever. But I just found that interesting. Thought you might get a hoot out of it.
A hoot?
A hoot.
What's a hoot?
A hoot?
Yeah.
You ever got a hoot out of something?
I don't think so.
A hoot nanny? What's a hoot nanny?
I don't know.
You ever heard of Hootie and the Blowfish?
Well, yes.
Okay. Did you know I saw them in
Hold my
concert?
hand.
Yeah. Hold my hand.
Yes, I know. You tell me everybody you saw in concert, you just like rub it in.
No, I do not.
It was about 2 years before we started dating. You was concert
Was like
hopping.
1996. Something like that.
2
97?
years before. Not 97.
Excuse me. 96?
Actually, we started in 96. We got married in 98.
95. How about that? I'll just go with 95.
When'd you graduate?
It was in Birmingham, 94. But it
Okay.
seemed like it was a few years after that. Were we dating when I went with somebody else? Just kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke.
See ya.
Edit that. No, it was whatever time it was, 95, 96, but I don't remember who opened for him. And I want to know so bad, and I need to look it up. I don't know.
How do we get on this?
Because of Hoot.
Oh,
A Hoot Nanny, and then
went
Hootie and the
to
Blowfish.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Birmingham, BJCC, went to that, and I don't know who opened for him, and it drives me crazy.
You know what this is?
You know, I looked it up one time, and it didn't really take me where I needed to go. So I gave up. I mean, it wasn't just a simple, no, it's not there. It was like about 10
Who
minutes.
opened for Hootie and the Blowfish in 1996?
And if you looked it up and found it like that, that's great and all. I'm just saying the time I looked it up, did not find it.
Didn't know what you did. Yeah.
You know, we didn't talk about it. We did a TikTok live a week ago.
So if you're listening to this and you don't follow us on TikTok, you need to follow us.
Yeah, because on Fridays we're trying to do a TikTok live and just talk about stuff and take questions.
I think we should do the live and record and just make that our episode.
Well, the thing is about that is like you're going to have these long pauses because you're trying to read a question somebody's giving you, and somebody listens to this on a podcast on Spotify or somewhere like that. It's not gonna be good. So it wouldn't work out.
Keep talking.
It'd be different if it's like we're reading emails that we
Yeah.
received. Yeah, that would be fine, but not if you're doing a TikTok live. But we had questions, and then we got into conspiracy theories, and then we got off into like JFK, and then what was it? True crime, all kinds of stuff. But we started off with talking about the Blue Origin with Katy Perry and all her minions. I say minions, the other 5 women that went up in space, the edge of space, 62 miles up. I think it was an 11-minute ride that they took. Was it real or was it not? Did you ever watch any of the
No.
videos? Did you ever see,
No.
even after we talked about
No.
it? You didn't research it. It
No.
never was, hey, that was so interesting that when we talked about it on the live that, I'm going to look it up when we get done.
Sorry, I didn't.
Do you ever do that? When you
No.
talk to somebody about something that's kind of interesting, you never go back and actually look it up and get more information about it?
No.
Really?
Really.
That's very unusual.
Why would I?
Why would you not?
Why would I?
When you find something that's interesting that you just want to, hey, I'm going to look more in depth into it. That's what YouTube's for.
That's what
Just
you
don't go.
use
Just
YouTube
if you're
for.
gonna do like conspiracy theories and that kind of stuff, yeah. If you go to, look, I just suggest don't go to YouTube and start looking crazy stuff up. But back to the whole Blue Origin thing. The whole thing started was once they landed, and I saw the video of when the door opened from the inside. So whoever it was on the inside opened the door, and it cracked open several inches, and they're outside the door, and it's Jeff Bezos. Bezos, is that how you say it? Bezos? Is that
Sure.
right? Amazon man. And another lady. The other lady runs over to where the little steps are that's connecting, or they put right there at the door next to the capsule. Once she sees the door open from the inside or whatever that they're opening, she kind of runs up to that door, and she's like, whoa, close it. That's not her exact words. That's me talking. So I don't know exactly what she did.
So you can hear her say it?
No.
Oh.
I just said that's not her exact word. I just meant that I'm saying it. You can tell by her mannerisms.
Okay. You can't hear anything.
Shut that door. Don't open it. That's basically what she's saying. So then Jeff comes around there. I'm just going to call him Jeff because we're tight. And is it Bezos or Bezos? Bezos? I don't know. Why can't I say his name? He comes up there with his tool, and it does look like a tire iron in a way because it's got like a little piece and two pieces. I think it's chrome or whatever. And he like pops it on the door right there and does like a twist like there, and bam, the door opens. But when the door opens and swings in, it looks like a screen door on a trailer. I mean, it looks like it just flaps in there like it's nothing. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, I don't know anything about space, but I'm just thinking like when you get on a jet, airliner, whatever, the doors on those things are like 4, 5, 6 inches thick.
Right.
This is like 1.5 inches, maybe. So, but anyway, so then that started the whole conspiracy thing. I kicked the recorder. Let me make sure we're still recording. Yeah.
If you'd be still.
I can't. I'm all excited.
I know.
I'm excited when we're talking about this. So that kicks off the whole thing. Well, that's funny that this is all happening. It's kind of strange. Why is this all just for show? For him going up there and opening up the door and all this? Then you start hearing things about, well, why is the capsule not dark on the top or kind of dark and black to where it's, because any of these rockets or capsules that come back from space, when they go through the re-entry, they're traveling so fast and, it burns. You've got tiles on it, it all burns up. Got it. Okay.
Got it.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Because you go 62 miles up, surely there's going to be a scratch, a mark, something on the thing, right? Surely. It's used. You drive a new vehicle off the lot. When you get it home, you might have a little something on there, right? Just from the ride home. So surely this one would. Are you tired of me talking?
No.
Are you listening?
No. I mean, yes.
Oh, my goodness. So you got that. And then they show where a view from the inside from when they land. And when they land, it looks like it's very soft landing from inside. But on the outside, it's pretty rough landing. All right. Then you've got when they're actually up in space, everybody's spending more time looking at the camera doing their little thing. Like Katy Perry's got her little daisy right there in front of her flower, showing it to the camera and all this kind of stuff. They're like, why is nobody looking out at the Earth, looking out at space? Forget the camera. I'm taking it all in. I don't have much time because this baby's starting to come back down to Earth. So I'm checking it all out, right? Plus, it ain't cheap to take this ride. Okay? So you start adding all this stuff up and you're like, is any of this real? So, I'm just saying.
Why'd they do it?
Well, it's some kind of publicity. I almost said splunt. Stunt. Do you not think so? Because they made it such a big thing, like it's women's rights or something. I don't know, but it's like, you know what? Do this.
You know what?
Do a lottery.
I'm all for women's rights, but I still want a man to take care of me.
Yeah. Well, the thing about
that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but the thing about this is well, this is great and all,
rights.
but don't care. One of them called themselves they're astronauts now. You're not an astronaut.
Once you take that money and put it in to curing cancer.
Oh, you're going to be one of those now?
Yep.
You sound like one of those people that writes a comment in there.
I'm writing the
You're so rich, won't you use your money for something?
Exactly.
But my point being
why are
is
you
like...
going space?
My point is that, so if you're going to do this, and all of them are big climate activists, do it for Mother Earth and all this stuff. You got to take care of her. Well, how much carbon did you put in the stupid atmosphere
that's what I was about
from
to
going
say.
up there to take your pretty little picture with your stuffed animal and your flower?
What's the meme I sent you the other day?
I don't remember. You have to look it up.
I gotta look this one up because it was good.
But if you go back to the whole thing, why the capsule's not darkened on the outside like it's burned up or anything, well, they don't get high enough to actually go through that whole experience of like a re-entry. So I get all that. I get all of it. I'm not denying that they didn't go to space. It's like
I'm sure they
but
did.
once
But
the whole door thing happened.
Don't call that space.
I know, but when the whole door thing happened when they're on the ground, it starts to click with you. Like, man, this is like a publicity stunt. Is all this real? What else? If that's happened and they're staging how they open the door, is anything else, staged? That's all I'm saying. But I'm just glad they made it back safe. Why don't you go to your photos? Oh, we have a special guest. Winston is back with us. Winston has been with us. Yeah, he's been with us every episode. He has slept through every episode. How about that?
Oh, here we go.
Is that a picture or just a...
Breaking news. Katy Perry has just stepped in a puddle and is therefore now a deep sea diver.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a good one.
Yeah. But don't call yourself if I go up in space, on the edge of space,
yeah,
I'm not calling myself an astronaut.
Right.
I didn't go through the schooling. I didn't go through the
downgrade
training.
Astronauts,
years and years and years of all this you have to go through to call yourself an astronaut. So don't be going up there just because you spent 2 days training and then you go up to the edge of space and now I'm an astronaut.
The edge.
No. And then their outfits they're wearing, it's like specially made from some fashion person. They probably cost a couple $1,000 a piece. I don't know.
A couple of thousand.
I don't know. Whatever it was. But I would think too, Michael Strahan, what's his name from Star Trek? Old guy, I cannot. What is his name? Captain Kirk.
I'm about to say Captain Hook.
No. He went up, So, I mean, this stuff happens. But I would think if you're going up there, this is especially the landing part and everything, why are they not wearing like a helmet?
Yeah.
The whole
time they don't have to have a helmet.
Yeah, for safety.
Did they wear a helmet?
No, they did not.
So you can do that and not wear any of that?
I guess so. It looked like
when you're in the capsule, you don't wear it. You wear it afterwards, right? When you get out. When you get out and jump.
Oh, I'm not talking about like a space suit. I'm not talking about like you're getting out into space and you need the oxygen and all. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about for safety. Throw me on a motorcycle helmet.
We put our helmets on when the tornadoes are coming.
Well, we talked about. I went back and listened to that, and it made it sound like I was sitting with a bicycle helmet on the couch, watching James Spann when bad weather was happening. That was not what I meant. I tried the helmet on to see if it fit, and that was it. Now, if James Spann says where we live at and gave me the address, and it's like right on top, yeah, I am putting the helmet on, and I'm wearing it because I hear the freight train coming. Yes, it's going, but if you listen to that episode,
like you and this past Friday, you screamed like a little girl.
Oh my goodness! Tell us about what happened Friday. This is Sunday.
Like a little girl.
Look, we just got back from church. I haven't changed clothes. Amanda has. She's ragged me because I'm in my dress clothes and church clothes, and she's dressed down. She thinks I'm making her look bad, but I'm not trying to.
Slob.
I'm not trying to.
Make me look like a slob.
So 2 days ago, which is Friday. Now, it's rained. Don't get me wrong. It has rained every day for the last 6 days. Every day. Some days heavier than others. Some days all day long. Some days on and off. Whatever. So Friday rolled around. What happened?
It was raining.
It was raining. I got home from work. You were here. Nicholas was here. I don't know how long it'd been. Did it just start coming a storm?
Yeah.
Had it been raining? I don't know. Anyway, it started lightning really bad.
We were outside.
It started when we were outside, and you know how if you see lightning, you sense a flash like from wherever, like from the left or right, in front of you, behind you, whatever. Well, this was one of that, like a flash that's like all around you, one of those things.
You saw it one way, and I saw it the other way.
Yeah, and
we were both turned away from each other.
Yeah, but it was like all around, just one of those things. So we went inside, and I might have done it again. Yeah, before we went inside. How long have we been inside? A couple minutes, or wasn't even that long?
I don't know.
I don't either. But it sounded like lightning.
Got us.
It hit the house, hit right behind the house. I don't know. But when it did that, there was a big old pop behind the TV in the corner where all of our like electronics and stuff is. But the power didn't go off. Not at that point. Remember, because the TV popped twice.
Yeah, it was the second time the power went.
Second time, and I don't remember how long in between the first pop and the second.
Not long.
30 seconds, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't think it was.
long.
I don't think it was a minute. So then there was another pop. I don't know if it's the first pop when I was like screaming to Nicholas to like unplug every electrical thing you got plugged in now. Because that pop anyway. So it had two pops. That second pop, power out. And it's still raining. It's still lightning. All this stuff. Like, good night. So you get on the app and the power company says they're aware of the outage.
I reported it.
Yeah, you did report it, or it already said it was aware.
No, I reported it right when it happened.
And then Spectrum.
And then it sends a thing and says they're aware.
Okay, and then Spectrum, which we don't do TV anymore because we cut the cord, but we do get our internet through them. They had a outage, of course.
They have an outage when wind blows.
So we went outside to see, because I went outside and I looked to make sure I didn't see smoke coming out of the attic. Because I'm like, if this thing hit the house, what if the house is on fire and we just don't know about it yet? And by the time we realize it, it's too late. So went outside, waited to see if any smoke coming out of the vents. Nothing like that. Went around to the back side of the house to try and see, hey, did it hit the ground, hit the tree, hit the antenna, hit what?
We was looking all over for
looking
the trees.
all over the place. And then all of a sudden you
trees.
start smelling something burning. And so me and Nicholas tried to trace it out. Walked up the hill, walked there, all that. Anyway, never figured out where the burning smell came from, but eventually it was gone, and then nothing. Well, power company came and changed that a little part right before you get to the transformer on there, and did all that. Power's back on, come in here, and guess what? What happens?
No TV.
No TV. It has
But the
fried
speaker worked.
our TV.
Our TV.
The sound bar that we've got hooked to the TV is fine. All the other stuff that's around it's fine.
But they were plugged. We got to get a surge protector. They were
The
plugged
TV
in a
was not in a surge
And I
protector.
have no clue why.
But a surge protector really does not help when it's a lightning strike. Surge protector helps when there's a surge of power, like if it's
Right.
off and goes back on.
But I still feel better.
But why didn't it do anything else? I mean, why did it not
You
take...
said it made our lights brighter.
So, all right, I was getting to that point. So our TV is out. We've got a 65-inch TV, which you can buy them pretty cheap now. 65-inch TV,
But we could have lived with the one we were watching.
65-inch TV, gone.
I could have.
Gone.
Jody.
And now I don't. No, I'm not doing this again. We'll get to the other story about the TV that went out one time, and I lived with like an 18-inch for a year. So,
And we tell y'all we don't watch TV, and here he is
I know.
the very next morning.
I know. No, it's like a comfort thing. It's like a comfort blanket. As long as the TV's there, it can be off, but it's got to be there. I got to have a TV. It's got to be there.
We have one. It was
Just not the right
little.
size.
It was fine.
So later on, I guess we didn't turn the kitchen light on until later, because when it got dark, because this is 4 or 5 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock at night. No, it's 3 o'clock at night. School was still
in.
yeah, so it was before 3. But anyway, so when it started getting dark, or whatever, you turn the kitchen light on, and our kitchen, the bulbs for our kitchen fixture, it's like the sun beaming down, and this is.
I think it's because the big TV wasn't on, and there was no more
There's
lights anywhere.
No, you're making it sound like power's being drained down.
It was because you and
Our
your
TV,
big TV.
that TV does not take that much. That is ridiculous. Don't even think that. But no, the lights are extremely. It's like you changed the bulb and put 10 times brighter bulbs. Don't know. I don't know anything about this. Somebody out there might be like, "Oh, that's an easy answer to that." I don't know, but it was crazy. But you go outside and we got 2 floodlights, and one of those is not working. So, all right. So they're LED. It's supposed to last 20 years. Apparently not. So I took it off. So the next day, Saturday morning, we decided to go. We're going to have to get a TV. So we buy the exact same TV.
Didn't have to.
Yeah. Got it. Because well, let me go back. You say, hey, we'll move another TV we got in there, and what size is it?
32.
Is it 32? Yeah. Okay, half the size, but it seemed like 10 times smaller. I guess in that spot. It looked like
I was trying to make you hang it on the wall.
It looked like a small frame that you had positioned on your entertainment center. That's exactly what it looked like.
It was fine.
So like, well, it wasn't. Well, when we first started, the sound bar wasn't hooked up to it, and the TV sounded terrible. And so it was like this, and you have to squint your eyes to see it. Where you going, dog? And he's gone. I must be making too much noise. I might have hit him with my hands when I'm talking.
You probably did. You can't be still.
So the next morning, Saturday morning, we go get the TV, and I get a pack of bulbs for the floodlights. Do all that, get back. Later on that Saturday night, I notice I'm studying for Sunday school, and we got the kitchen light on, and it just gets like dim. I'm like, what is going on? It's almost like everything, the power is going away. It's just seeping away. And I'm like, what's happening? And I look, and one of the bulbs is blown. It's LED. Now it's gone. And the other one, of course, is working. But so now I got one bulb out. I eventually go outside, and then I noticed that the two floodlights, the one that I changed out, is on, but the other one beside it, now it's not. It's not working.
It's just time.
It's not time. There's no way. So you're talking about a TV getting knocked out, light bulbs in your kitchen going extremely bright for 24 hours, one of those going out, and then a floodlight that got taken out, got changed, and then the other one going out within 24 hours. This is not coincidence. What is going on?
Nothing.
I know that light we got right there is on.
I know.
Because it's bright.
It's hot.
It is. So that's my story. So the other thing, we had what kind of TV? A plasma TV years ago when it wasn't right when they first came out, but years later when it was a little bit more reasonable, but still expensive. So we got it. And those plasma TVs, if you ever had one back in the day, them things give off some heat. Mm-hmm. A lot of heat. And it went out. It finally got to where when you turn it on or turn it off, it click.
You have to unplug it.
You have to unplug it. And it's kind of like it resets. Plug it back in. And then you're hoping for the best. Sometimes it'd come on, sometimes it wouldn't. And you had to keep doing it. Eventually it got to where when you turned it on, it went click, 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 click. And that's all it'd do. So it's messed up. So we end up like, I am not buying another, because this is still when TVs were still fairly expensive, so at least that size. So we get a small one out of one of our bedrooms, and it's not a 32-inch, was it?
No, it was smaller.
It was smaller than that, I don't know, whatever size. So we put it
24?
Probably so. We put that, and this was right during football season, I think. Was it not? Maybe. We put it right in front of the plasma TV on the entertainment center. Popped it right there. And then watched it. And it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Did that for almost a year. And then one day, Jody got the bright idea. You know what? I'm going to Google and see what it says about that TV. So I Googled out whatever it was, a Sony RCA, whatever TV it was. How do you fix or what's wrong with a Sony TV, that plasma TV that clicks when you turn it on, all this kind of stuff? Well, then it tells you, I watched a video on YouTube, it's capacitors. They look like small little batteries. If they're bubbled on the back side of it, that means they're no good, and you just have to replace those. But it takes a soldering gun to take the old ones out and put the new ones in. The longest part about it was the 3 days it took for you to order them and get them through Amazon.
The longest part about it was unscrewing the back of it with 900.
Oh, yes. So, and these TVs, a plasma TV weighed about 800 pounds, it seemed like. So we put a towel down on the kitchen table, and me and Nicholas set it on the kitchen table, and I take the whole back off, and you're right about that. You are exactly right about all those screws. Took all that out, figured it out from the YouTube video. Ordered the parts from China, I'm sure.
eBay is where I got
So the capacitors, which I think it was 3, maybe 4, it was probably a total of $7 or $8.
Yeah,
we'll just say 10. Say 10. Got them in, soldered them in several days. Once we got it back, soldered it in, put the back on it, plugged it in. Perfect. Worked fine. I went a whole year with a TV that would work if I'd have just spent just a minute amount of time looking it up and throwing a $10 bill
But now
at the
he
problem.
won't go without a TV for a day.
No. It's a different time. So that's my TV store.
That's your TV story?
Yeah.
So we went to TVs. From Katy Perry to TVs.
And before that, went to Hootie. And two Australian twins. That talk in sync.
Crazy. I had something I want to talk about, but now I done forgot.
Well, I figured you were trying to think of something while I was talking. I know you weren't paying attention.
No, I
most
had
time.
something.
About TVs?
No. Next time. That's the problem with me. If I don't jot it down, I'm not going to remember.
I guess it looks funny me sitting on one corner of this chair now since the dog got down. Now I can have the whole chair to myself. How about that?
How about that? Oh, last week was Easter and we didn't put out a
Didn't put out a video. A podcast.
podcast.
An episode. No.
episode.
Busy. We try.
It was busy.
We try. Try. How busy was it?
It was so busy. I didn't get a Sunday nap.
Yeah, you're not going to get one today either.
Watch me.
Are you?
When I get in that, and I'm almost there right now. Yesterday, I had such good intentions to clean in my office back there. Jody, come get these boxes, burn them. I was doing good. Friday, no, that was Friday, wasn't it? When I got most of the boxes. Yeah, maybe that was Friday. But then when something hits me, it's some kind of switch that flips. I know it is. Why you can't keep your eyes open. I can't stand up. I got to sit down. And you sit me down for 5 minutes. I was sitting in the back room back there with the TV on in a desk chair dozing off. Like, why didn't I just go lay down and take a 15-minute nap?
While I was pressure washing, in between texts from you to come get more boxes to burn, and then I was cutting grass and I was weed eating.
And I'm back there trying to stay awake. And I'm like, I just can't give it up.
Yeah, I walked in one time and you're in the recliner sleeping.
Yeah, I finally went in there. I'm like, I'm done. I'm giving it up.
And then the next time I came in, you was in the recliner sleeping.
No, because y'all were loud, so I couldn't sleep.
Purposely. Well,
So, that's all I got.
that's it.
I don't know.
You don't have nothing to bring to this episode?
I brought me. That's enough.
Input.
That is enough.
What was your earliest concert you went to?
I don't know. You tell me, because it was with you.
Really?
It was the all-day thing.
George Strait?
Tim McGraw, Miranda Lambert. Not her.
No. She was barely born. Hey, look, before you say that, hold on. I went through,
Gretchen Wilson. Yes.
in Sunday school today, I went around the class. I said,
And we're talking about Gretchen Wilson.
I said, what year, tell me what year I was born. It's like 2014, 2011, 2009.
You teach a boys
2012,
class.
You know, and then Nicholas was the last one, 2004. I was like, ooh, old man. I was like, gray hair.
Because he shouldn't be in there.
Yeah.
Because
but
we need to separate.
It was funny, though. Because we were doing some trivia questions before we get started on sports trivia. And some of the questions is like, I said, some of these stuff y'all ain't gonna know. I said, before your time. I said, and I was, it was like early 2000s. So I'm thinking it's before their time. It's crazy to think that. And then that's what got me. I said, tell me what, just don't tell me your birthday. Or just tell me the year you was born. And went across, I was like, my goodness.
I'm surprised they all knew it.
I know. Didn't have to think about it. But it was fun. But anyway, did we see, what was her name? Gretchen, what was her name?
Gretchen Wilson?
Was it?
Gretchen.
She was like a one-hit wonder, wasn't she?
I think she's had some more
Well, I don't know. We saw Tim McGraw and Faith Hill.
Tim McGraw and Faith Hill.
We've seen George Strait several times.
Yeah. But you said the first one, and I'm talking about the first one.
We saw one at Legion Field.
That's the first one.
Okay. Yeah, we had
It
like...
was an all-day thing.
I think it was like 10th row, center stage.
Yeah, we were close.
Yeah, it was... Nah, I mean, we weren't like... We were close enough. It was perfect
I
for me.
consider it close.
And I had to work that night. That's back when I worked night shift. That was terrible, by the way. That was horrible. Horrible night.
But we didn't get done till night.
I go into like 11, 12 o'clock. I worked that night. I don't think we stayed that long.
We stayed long.
Oh, it was an all
It
day.
was dark.
Well, we're thinking about different
But
things.
it was
then.
an all-day thing.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's the first one I've been to.
I don't remember any concerts after that. Toby Mac. A few
Toby
years.
Mac.
We went with Toby Mac a few years ago. Who do you think? What other Toby Mac is there?
I don't know what I was thinking. When Toby Mac, I wasn't thinking singer. I don't know what I was thinking.
I can't think of anybody else. I know. I mean, I can tell you everybody that I've ever seen, but I don't.
We've seen,
I've seen Alan Jackson. I don't know how many times. Seen George Strait. I don't know how many. Touched George Strait's hand twice. He gave me the old slapper
blah, 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 blah.
My
blah,
seats
blah.
adjoined where he walked in at to the concert, and so my hand out there, and he.
What about how you used
And
to
then when he
get
left,
concert tickets? You had to stand in line,
Oh yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, camp out. I used to
Yeah.
camp out.
And now, what do?
I didn't know this. They're trying to change this. I'd never even thought it. I've been out of the concert loop for a long time. Don't care about it. Don't matter. I'm kind of like my dad. He'd be like, I don't care if it's across the road and you give me free tickets. I ain't going. You know, that's kind of the way I feel right now about concerts.
And then I get mad at you and you go.
The hustle. Yeah, the hustle and bustle. I don't want no part of that. You know. So what was my point being?
I don't know.
Just like that. Gone. I don't know.
See, that's like me. Just like that, and I'm asleep. I think I got narcolepsy.
You got something.
No, I don't have narcolepsy, but I feel like it.
Narcolepsy, you just like fall asleep.
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
you
mid.
just, yeah. I feel
And
like
there's-
I could do it right
and
now.
there's-
Like, I'm really trying to hold my eyes open and not go to sleep.
And there's no cure for it.
I don't know.
I know you can't drive. You're not supposed,
You're not supposed to drive.
or anything like that. Well, I know a guy that's had it. So I mean, I've gave him rides to work. That because he can't drive because that's. And then as of a couple of years ago, he's driving. Has got his driver's license. So I'm like, I haven't ever asked him.
Grow out of it.
Did he? Is he healed? I don't know. I mean, do they say, "Hey, I hadn't experienced it in a long time"? What?
You not see her?
Oh, our little dog Coco. We have a gap under the door.
She's
I
got
don't know,
her
like
nose
in
out
her
of it.
nose, she's laying there, and then Winston is right here. They're
They're like
faced.
looking at each other.
Yeah, he's not right at the door. He's probably 3 or 4 feet away. But if you get down on their level, it's like you're seeing eye to eye. They're like looking at each other. She's so sad because she's not in here. So sad. I'm sorry, Coco. Well,
She says
yep,
fine.
she left.
Anyway.
I wish I remember what I was going to say. It's about concerts. Everybody we'd seen.
We seen Crowder.
I was saying, saw Crowder. I'd like to see Crowder again.
I think I could do the concerts more than I could do. I started to say Space Jam, so that ain't right.
You got Talladega today.
Only because I told you.
And I would have not known. You told me late last night.
Yeah.
And then this morning I heard
What
it
is
on
it called? Monster Jams.
Monster Jam, yeah.
I could do a concert before I could do Monster Jam again. I don't know if I could do that. Outside, I would totally love it. But in there and that smell.
Is it the smoke and the
I think
loudness?
so.
Monster
the
Jam,
fumes.
extremely loud. Louder than any concert you can go to.
Yeah. It was fun, though, back in our younger years.
Monster Jam?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're taking a kid with you every year.
Yeah.
It's a good excuse. I liked going because you could use him as an excuse to go.
Do you
Like, I was
remember one
pumped
year
up.
he got in trouble and he couldn't go and me and you just went?
Oh, I kind of remember that now.
That was so mean.
Hey,
I don't care. If I told you something,
it means you're serious.
yeah. And he had to stay home and just me and you went because we'd already had tickets.
That's right.
Because he always got tickets at Christmas for Monster Jam because Monster Jam where we live was always January.
Yeah.
So
They changed that now.
Santa would always bring Monster Jam
Now they
tickets.
pushed it to March. March or April. I think it's actually April that the last couple years, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was always in January.
It was always January.
Yeah, that's fun.
Those are fun.
And then he wants to stand in line and get autographs at the end of it. Now, that is crazy.
That
is
was
like,
crazy.
oh my goodness.
We only done that 2 times. Or did we do it twice?
I know one time for sure.
I know one time for sure.
I don't think I would have done it.
I think I still
second time.
have that shirt though. Oh, if I had that shirt, we should take a picture. It's a green shirt, and it's got everybody's signatures on there.
Cool.
I might know where it's at too, because I have a bag of kid shirts.
Remember what I was going to say now.
Oh, there you go.
Going back to the whole, I told you that I don't care about, I've been out of the loop with concerts for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. And, used to camp out first in line trying to get us tickets, or you call that number as fast as you could, you just kept redialing, and that's how it worked. I didn't know this. They're trying to do legislation on it now. Now, I'm not all about regulation and all this with the government, but this makes sense to me that they have bots that buy these tickets, go online, and they're bots that go and get all these tickets for a concert or venue, whatever, and that, and then they can resell that on what's some of these ticket places?
Oh, Ticketmaster?
Yeah, and they adjust the price to where they can make more money, sell them at a different cost. So, I did not know that, but it makes sense. You start thinking about what all AI and all this stuff could cause.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right. I gotta go. I gotta
Nap
go
time.
finish cutting grass and
Well, good. I'm taking
doing
a
some
nap.
stuff.
before
You gotta
I
take.
gotta go back to
You
church.
gotta get your beauty rest,
Yes.
and then I've got to get this thing published, another one published, and some other stuff. I just noticed something,
I'm going
by
to
the
watch
way.
Dateline.
Can I say something?
Am I gonna stop you?
Well, I don't think.
Have I ever stopped you?
I just noticed that we've got 3 guns within eye shot. I've got a shotgun in that corner, and I got a 22 rifle in that corner, and then I've got a 12 gauge laying on the ground beside me right here because it's an old 1914
So I
model.
guess they're coming to get us. We
I
got
don't know.
guns. We got our guns.
I just thought that was crazy
I noticed that the other day,
Yeah.
and I was like,
because I would put one in that corner, but I'd get something.
you'd get banned.
YouTube is good about copyrighting stuff that I put out there. They like to shut stuff down that I put out there. I don't know.
You
And I'm
should
hoping
obey
that
the rules.
now when it says copyright, when you put something out there and they shoot you a thing about copyright infringement or something. Now when you go against their rules, it's almost like a 3-strike deal.
You can't copyright something.
Do you? I know. But I'm saying, do you get a warning? Do you get this good message about everything that you did wrong?
No.
Or is it like a guessing game? So I'm just wondering, one of the things that I've done.
You're about to get booted.
Am I about to get booted? I don't want my YouTube channel to get booted.
Well, they're about to boot you.
Maybe not.
Stop
I've
using
only got
stuff you're
3
not
more.
supposed to.
That's the thing about it, though. When they boot you, they got all your information. So if you go out there and try and open up another account or do whatever, it's nope, not gonna happen. All right, thanks for listening. We're out of here.
See ya!
Bye bye.